So, Craig, when we spoke with you earlier before the Mass, we were right at the base of St. Peter's Square. We are now on a bridge about a quarter mile into the procession. Craig, we've talked about this procession about 3.7 miles. It winds through the heart of Rome. So by Piazza Venezia, it goes by the Colosseum, and we're fairly close to the beginning. I actually want to bring in a couple of Americans I've met. We've got Diane, we've got Carrie, and we've got Michelle. Can you guys speak to me a little bit about, first, you're waiting here to see the coffin, of course, go by, but you were over there. What was it like just to be around everyone?
Well, it was a very special experience, something you don't have every day, right?
Yeah.
And we were here Easter Sunday. We were here for his final Urbi et Orbi blessing. And we've been here for the whole semester, and we did not expect this.
Can you tell me a little bit about the atmosphere watching the Mass? Because it felt joyful at times in the back where we were.
It's joyful and peaceful, too. When you have everybody chanting together along with the fabulous choir here, it's very special. It gives also a historic perspective of something a little more ancient, these traditions of the church that you hear through the rituals, the Latin chants. Rest in peace, Requiem Aeternam. It's very special to be here for that.
James, it's special to be over there. You guys made a beeline, of course, for over here to the bridge, so you could be front row as the coffin passed. Can you just give me a little bit about your reflections of what it's like to be here around so many Catholics, around so many people who are just curious to be here?
I think one of the things I noticed in watching the events this week is how humbling a life can be in the expanse of the St. Peter's. Around so many people, you feel connected in some way. I think it's a pretty solemn day for us. Sad, but hopeful as the procession goes by that the next person that takes over, the next pope, will continue some of the same messages. So hopefully we'll see that soon.
What do you make of a procession like this? Has not happened in over 100 years, going through the city of Rome, being close to people. We're going to be feet away from the former pope. What do you make of that? Do you think, obviously it was by Francis's design?
I think it emphasizes the significance of his reach and the fact that he wants to continue to touch people.
And that's exactly what he's doing, Craig. We've been talking to people along this route. Of course, we are waiting for the coffin to go by, and we'll check back in with you when it does. But it's a 3.7-mile route ending, of course, at Santa Maria Maggiore, a church, Craig, that you mentioned he's visited 125 times, including on the day that he became pope. On the streets and on the steps lining that basilica will be members of marginalized communities, poor people, people that Francis cared deeply about. And that was his choice to kind of enter into that basilica for the final time, surrounded by people that he had worked and spent his life in service of. We are seeing a lot of security, Craig, as well. We're on just want to give you a sense of where we are. We are on a bridge. There's a lot of police in the water. There are a lot of helicopters up above. But everyone here, there is no pushing. There is no kind of crowding. There's no hecticness at all, I would say. Isn't that what you guys are feeling?
Yeah, we felt it all day.
Just a real respect for kind of...
He's been very kind and respectful.
What are you hoping, kind of, as the coffin goes by, what do you expect to feel, Diane?
Emotion, I think. Just humbling emotion.
Is that what you've been feeling all day?
Pretty much. I think the part of it's like Michelle was saying, and Carrie, we were here Easter Sunday, received blessing, you know, we did the visitation, and now we're here to say goodbye.
Yeah. Craig, we'll check back in with you as that coffin begins its procession. We are, again, about a quarter mile into that procession, so we should be seeing that. It is moving at walking pace in the next 10 or so minutes, Craig.
Solemnity and reflection, Molly. It was great getting that perspective from you and those Americans who are there in Italy as well. Thank you so much for that.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.